back to Ron and Leah. I'm Leah.
And I'm Ron.
And today we are going to be discussing how to plan a wedding during a global pandemic. So if you're interested in hearing our tips, make sure you keep watching. So first, for all the subscribers, I want to mention that Ron has grown his hair out and he looks so handsome, doesn't he? So planning a wedding during a global pandemic, honey. First, let's address, did you even want a wedding or did you want to just go to the courthouse to get married?
Well, you know, with the pandemic that was upon us, I mean, a wedding would have been nice.
Like, so you mean,
Yeah.
So when you say wedding, you mean like your extended family, my extended family?
Right, with family and friends come together. You know, traditional wedding would have been nice, but with the pandemic upon us and safety cautions and Texas is still on the wrong trend, but
Yes.
but back then it was even worse, I think. But we had to be very cautious. We had to be safe. You look at the situation and you're like, how can we take advantage of this?
Yes.
And so my brain is always working that way. So
Yes, how can we make the best of this situation? So yes, with the cases continuing to rise in our area, having a huge wedding probably wouldn't have been the best idea, with the circumstances. So and then I also think with me and you, we're very modest people. So even if we weren't facing a pandemic, I don't think we would have gone too far out as far as like spending 10, 20, I've heard some crazy wedding stories. Like people spend thousands and thousands and they go all out and
be broke.
Right.
Tip number 1, there is life after you get married.
That is true. That is very true. Life after. And I guess that brings us to our second tip. Like you mentioned, there's life after the wedding, and a lot of people put so much emphasis on the actual wedding, and I believe the relationship is about the marriage, not the wedding. So that's another reason why you shouldn't just go all out, pandemic or no pandemic. So be modest.
Yeah. Tip number 2, I was just thinking about is, it kind of goes in line with the life after marriage. Is you really, as a couple, you got to sit and like, who are we trying to please?
That's true. That's true. Because a lot of times you're trying to please somebody.
Family and friends and the last weddings you've been to. You're trying to measure yourself against that.
Right.
So tip number 2, be true to yourself.
Yes, be true to yourself. And to be honest, for the brides or brides to be, in the beginning, I did kind of feel, not insecure, but I kind of compared myself to other brides. Like, oh, these brides are having, these extravagant, weddings. Should I just postpone the wedding? And Ron was like, no. But no, we were in a place where we were ready to get married. So they could have shut the whole world down. But as long as we had one judge.
We found one courthouse that was open. We got our marriage license.
Yeah, in the beginning, I kind of was comparing like, oh, should we wait? But that's not really what we wanted to do. So I said, pandemic or not, we're going to get married, but it's going to be very modest. So I'm trying to think, what other tips can I give to brides and grooms? Well, I have another one. Don't stress. Don't stress over like the small details, because in the end they won't matter. They really won't matter. I think I was stressed out about the flowers. I was telling him to run to the store like the night before the wedding to get like a different bouquet of flowers for me to walk down the aisle with, and he was like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Nobody is worried about,
Yeah, that walk only lasts like 15 seconds.
Right.
You want me to take an hour and a half to drive again?
Right. So
they already had nice flowers.
Yes, they were already nice. So don't stress about the small details. just enjoy, you know, the few people that are able to come out during this time. You know, your area, wherever you're at, you know, the cases may be higher, the cases may be lower, but just enjoy the family and friends that are able to come out. And if no one's able to come out, except for maybe your parents or maybe just a best friend, just enjoy their company.
Or a judge, or the pastor.
Just you know, husband, wife, the judge, just the three of y'all have a party.
Right.
but yeah, just don't stress. Just have fun and, you know, do what you can. And because we did everything ourselves. It was literally a DIY, do-it-yourself wedding. We catered, got the food.
Catered, food, cooked. We did everything.
Oh, yeah.
I think the other thing I was going to mention was, you know, during a crisis, or not even a crisis, but during a wedding, the husband, the groom, and the bride should really listen to each other. And I was listening to Leah, and it's like, say if a roadblock presented itself, or something we had to like really plan around, and Leah was always able to, but we can do this. Here's another option, or because if you have someone that's always they don't have any options, or they can't see the brighter side of it, or they can't see any possibilities.
Right.
You're gonna be stuck with that person for the rest of your life.
That's true.
I'm like, can you think of anything that's a positive solution? Or,
right.
I said, oh yeah, she always has some good solutions and workarounds, and
yes, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Just don't stress and just have fun with it. Honestly, I kind of enjoyed having a smaller wedding. There's been a lot of, devastation that's happened during the pandemic, but there's also been a lot of good that's happened, and, we were able to be creative and, have a very small, intimate wedding and just have fun with it. So
smaller wedding, but we got this larger
portrait
behind us. And trust me, we got even a larger one. Tune in the next time. There's one even bigger than this.
There is one bigger than that.
It's about half of that door, but we'll talk about that.
Because I didn't understand my dimensions, but we're gonna talk about that in the next video.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other tips or advice for the grooms or brides planning a wedding during the pandemic? Hopefully we don't have another one.
No, we'll just share some more the next time. I think digest what we gave you today. Hopefully that'll benefit you, and just think about it.
Yes. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you are a bride-to-be or already married and you got married this year, make sure you subscribe and share the video. And we'll see you all in the next video. Bye.
Bye.